I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
Whatever your printing needs, Abbott's Printing does it all. Signs and banners, rich, full-colored, high-quality commercial and digital printing, direct mailings, full-color business cards, and postcards. If you want a printing job done right, then Abbott's Printing is the place to be. Abbott's Printing provides award-winning quality and outstanding customer service. Visit abbotsprinting.com to view their selection or call 453-8202. That's 453-8202. Abbott's Printing, where the excellence is on paper.
Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is proud to be the official hotel of the Walla Walla Suite. Our guests are sure to get a great night's sleep in one of our recently remodeled rooms, and our 24-hour pool and spa are perfect for round-the-clock relaxation. Each night at Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is followed by a complimentary breakfast included with every stay. At Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla, you can catch some Z's while the suites catch some W's. Wins, that is.
Welcome to the Peeling It Back postgame show brought to you by Cascade Natural Gas. I'm Brad Whitman alongside our high-efficiency player of the game, Isaac Hallam. Sweets take down the Yakima Valley Pippins. Extra innings, first extra inning games of the season. Getting the walk-off in the 10th. You closed it out for the Sweets. What did it kind of mean to get that final victory, get that 10-inning victory against a rivalry like the Pippins?
Yeah, it was huge, and that win right there just put us in first place in the South. So big win, but every win's big, but that one was especially big for us.
Well, you closed it out strong, 2 1/3, the deepest outing of the season for you, being able to shut things down in the bottom of the 8th, have a clean 9th, got a little bit of trouble, but you were able to ramp it right back up, get through solid in the 10th. What was kind of your approach going against those batters late in the innings?
I just settled in, and really when there was the last inning when they started with first and second, that's just kind of my competitiveness in me really kicked in, and I did everything I could not to let them advance or score, and that's what happened. So.
Well, your pitching coach said you were a warrior out there, getting through 2 1/3 and had some close plays and had your defense really working behind you late. Saw a great play out of Austin Owens to kind of keep runs intact. What's it like when you're able to keep that defense behind you as a pitcher? What kind of confidence does it build?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, just start attacking the zone, and that's what it's all about, just attacking the zone and having confidence that I'm going to get weak contact, and when I do get hard contact, the defense behind me will make plays and be clutch for me late in the games.
Well, saw the offense being able to pull through as well. Of course, Walla Walla has had a pretty potent offense. Saw 18 runs last night, being able to take it in extra innings tonight. As a pitcher, what's it kind of mean when you're able to get those 3 outs, turn it over to the offense, have confidence in them to get the win?
Yeah, I mean, they're super gritty and ready to just do whatever it takes for the team. And, we had a lot of momentum coming in after that last inning where I didn't give up a run. And so, I had no doubt in my mind that we were going to get that last run there.
Well, it's been about time we got you on the postgame show. You had 4 straight appearances with 4 saves. Wanted to get you on before. What's been kind of the key to your success this summer and really in kind of the last few weeks?
Just trusting my stuff and attacking the zone. That's pretty much it.
Well, now the Sweets aim for the sweep over the Pippins tomorrow night, trying to get 3 games, trying to get the revenge series and get the sweep to go into the All-Star break. What's going to be the key for this team tomorrow night, trying to close out strong before the All-Star break?
I mean, just energy and confidence. We already have the confidence piece after 2 wins in a row against the Pippins, so we just got to be ready and be excited in the dugout and ready to just make plays and have good at-bats and pitch the ball, and we'll be good.
Well, thank you, Isaac. Great job tonight. Game 3 getting set to go for the Pippins tomorrow night, 6:05 first pitch. We'll see you then.
Walla Walla Valley Honda is now Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. The same great automotive family is here for all your needs. Service, parts, new Hondas, and top quality used vehicles, all backed by expert staff with the highest standards in the industry. After all, you're family at Under Armour Honda of Walla Walla and deserve the best. Visit us at Under Armour Honda of WallaWalla.com to schedule service or a test drive today. Under Armour Honda of Walla Walla. Walk in as a guest, drive off as family.
Welcome to the Peeling It Back pregame show. I'm Brad Whitman alongside Sweets pitcher Blake Moore. Blake, first time on the show, came all the way over to Walla Walla from the College of William & Mary over in Virginia. What's it been like playing with the Sweets this summer?
Yeah, it's been a really good experience. I've really enjoyed everyone here. Everyone here has been a really good teammate, and I just had so much fun being able to be around new people, new faces in a new area, and I've just loved exploring the Pacific Northwest with these guys.
Well, you have quickly kind of established yourself into the culture here. You've been one of the louder voices on the team, and everyone loves to make you heard. And I've heard a lot about your pregame speeches from some of the other guys. Can you talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, so I'm just a big have fun guy, you know, got to keep the team loose and keep the energy up. And I'm just, you know, whatever I can do to help contribute to the team and help us have the good energy that we need to succeed on the baseball field. Even though the guys, we think it's funny, and it's somewhat serious, but as long as we can stay light and not flat on our feet and just be loose and have fun, I think we're going to keep doing great things this season.
Well, I've heard a lot from your head coach, Leo Rivera, about the energy in the dugouts. I often ask him how he kind of keeps the energy up. He says he doesn't have to do much. Do you think the guys do a great job kind of piggybacking on one another for that energy?
Yeah, I think we do a great job keeping up the energy in the dugout, and I think it's just I think we're able to be player-led in the dugout, and just with all the pitchers and stuff too, or the guys on the bench that day, I think we're really good about keeping the energy up and being successful, and you know, just bringing out good energy for our guys on the field to just carry on and, you know, be able to play good and with that on their back.
Well, we've seen you have some good outings on the mound for the Sweets. When you kind of go up there on the bump, you're in your zone. What are you kind of thinking to yourself? What's that mentality look like for you?
Yeah, so when I'm on the mound, I really try not to think about too much. I just try to stay as loose as possible. I almost like to think about it like a radio station in my head playing music, and I just, you know, catch the wave and just stay relaxed and do what I'm supposed to do and just let my autopilot take over.
Well, we're pretty good into the season now, rolling right along in the second half, almost at the All-Star break. What's kind of been one of your favorite one or two memories from the season so far?
Yeah, so a couple of my favorite memories were when we were in Bend. I just loved, you know, being able to explore a cool town with my buddies and, you know, going swimming in the river and stuff. And, you know, just it's a really cool place, and then just the road trips have been cool. And then also yesterday, when we walked them off and we all just went and jumped in the pool, I thought that was definitely a core memory I'm going to remember for the rest of my life, and I thought I had so much fun doing it, and I hope it happens again.
Well, you've been getting a lot more experience, of course, at William & Mary, redshirted your first year, and now you've been getting a lot more reps in the collegiate scene. What's it been kind of like to build and grow more as a player?
Yeah, I think it's been super important just for my career development. I think it's good to see some college hitters and be able to, you know, progress and just continue to get better every outing and prepare myself for the rest of my collegiate career.
Well, you've been getting a lot of wisdom from Coach Rivera, but also from Coach Kira, the pitching coach for the Sweets. Be the Bulls. He's talked about it all season long. What kind of impact has he had on your mentality?
Yeah, I really think he's been really effective in keeping us locked into the game, and even though we're having fun, but using that fun and still being dialed in and being the best pitcher we could be. And he's really been adamant about just not walking guys and staying in the zone. And I think our guys are really successful this season, and you've seen that just with how we stand in the WCL as a pitching staff. And I think just his mentality with pitching is really good for the guys we have, and we're just able to use our stuff and attack the zone and be successful.
Well, we've taken the first 2 of 2 versus the Pippins here in this home series. Now have a chance for the sweep. What's it going to look like for this team to be able to settle down into Game 3, take all 3 going into All-Star break?
Yeah, so we're just going to have to, you know, keep the energy up. I think that's the big thing. Our guys have been playing well, but we need them to ride on that energy and just keep it up in the dugout and just stay loose, have some fun. And, you know, it'll be great to be able to take 3 and then be able to win it Game 1 next series against them for the Battle of the Basin. I just think just got to ride the energy and have fun, stay loose, and play our best game.
Well, thank you, Blake. I appreciate your time as the Sweets get set. Game 3 versus the Pippins, 6:05 first pitch. We'll see you then.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kind of is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Play, stay, get away at Clearwater River Casino in Lewiston, Idaho. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe. Experience Namipu hospitality with 600 gaming machines, comfortable lodging, dining, and sports bar. Excitement is everywhere. The region's premier destination for events and entertainment. Win big with unforgettable concerts, comedy shows, and live sports action. Discover your next play, stay, get away. Visit crcasino.com and start your adventure today.
Walla Walla eyeing down the sweep to finish off the series before the All-Star break as we get set for Game 3. It's the series finale between the Sweets and the Yakima Valley Pippins here in Borleske Stadium. Walla Walla took Game 1 18-3 and then took Game 2 last night 6-5 in the 10th inning, and now looking to secure that third in a row. Thank you for joining us on the Walla Walla Sweets Digital Network. I'm Brad Whitman, bringing you all the action as we get set to go. Should be another big matchup. Was interested to see from the Sweets manager and Leo Rivera if we're going to see a little bit more substitutions in, give some guys some rest before the All-Star break. And no, it is clear that Walla Walla is looking for the sweep over Yakima Valley. Have already gotten their revenge series win from the season opener all the way back in May when Yakima took that series 2-1 to open up the 2026 season out in Yakima County Stadium. Walla Walla have already responded with a series win of their own, but getting a sweep would just make it that much sweeter as we get set to go. We have the Pippins starting lineup. As announced by manager Kyle Crustangel, Tyson Miller, the designated hitter tonight, will lead things off, followed by Luis Garcia, Nick Velasquez, Parker Burt, the catcher, remaining in the cleanup spot. Jay O'Neill back in the lineup, making his first showing of the series. Alexander Mendoza Jr. batting behind him, followed by Malachi Emery Henderson, Levi Sotomayor, and Derek Almeida. And on the bump for Walla Walla, getting his first start of the season, just his second appearance of the summer, Jacob Chandler, the right-hander out of Union High School, committed to the University of Portland, getting his first start against college-level competition and doing it here looking for the sweep versus the Pippins. And what a situation to be put into after seeing the defense work so well on Friday night, allowing only 3 runs. Then really saw the defense last night look strong for Walla Walla. Again, did allow 5 runs, but in terms of the pitching staff, only 2 of those runs were earned. And now Chandler looking to keep it going. And the right-hander stands at 5'10", 170 pounds, and just graduated out of high school this past spring at Union and had himself an incredible year. Was 2026 All-Region player and great two-way guy, committing to the University of Portland. And his stats were unmatched and was more of a batter in his time at Union High School, but going to be tasked with some more pitching duties here as gets strike 1 right past the leadoff hitter, and we'll have ourselves a perfect 6:05 first pitch, back-to-back perfect starts for the Sweets, right on time. As Jacob kicks and fires, now gets a foul tip out of Tyson Miller. Again, we've seen Miller working out in right and left field. Now getting a break from the outfield and just gets some time to hit for the Pippins. Batting 2 for 7 in this series. Chandler kicks, fires, fastball just tipped away, foul. Again, it's just going to be an interesting battle. We'll see how far Chandler goes into this game. And this just being his second appearance of the summer, only threw 1 inning in his very first showing back on Independence Day. Breaking ball is going to get torn out to right field by Miller all the way to the wall. It smacks off the right field fence. It's going to be tossed in quickly by Stinson, but it's a leadoff double for Tyson Miller, 97 off the bat from the Cal State Bakersfield Roadrunner. And a 2-strike count, and Chandler ended up just hanging that breaking ball up and in the zone, and Miller did a good job keeping the hands in and delivering a double. And those extra base hits have been a rarity for Yakima Valley in this series. That just being the third extra base hit of the series for the Pippins. Had one double back on Friday night, one double last night. Now find another double tonight as big swing and a miss from Garcia. And Chandler looking to settle down immediately into this appearance. Now misses outside and almost seeing a break out of Miller. Just got by the catcher in Buckley. Again, Chandler mentioned he was more of a batter, and that's really just because this past spring as a senior on the Union High School varsity team batted .422, 4 doubles, 3 triples, 2 homers. He's out of 14 runs while batting .422. Also able to steal 6 bases, but on the pitching sides of things, only got 6 appearances this past spring as a senior at Union High School, and did have a 2.33 ERA. 29 strikeouts in 24 innings as it's fouled away by Garcia. Count remains 1-2. And after last night's win, Walla Walla currently hold first place in the West Coast League South Division. Just a game and a half up in front of Ridgefield as of earlier this afternoon. As Chandler, slow move out towards Miller, just letting him know that he's still keeping an eye out. In a full 8 games across the West Coast League happening tonight, but this being the latest start time. In fact, seeing 5 out of the 8 games start before 2 p.m., and that meaning that 5 of the 8 games have already concluded across the West Coast League. We'll talk about them a bit later. Still a few games going on. 2-2 pitch on the way from Chandler. Tries to spot the low and away corner. Just missed it. Just about a half a ball outside. But a good attempt trying to spot it, pick up the ring up. Garcia trying to work himself aboard and will foul off the fastball. And that heater ramping up to 90 miles an hour from the incoming freshman. And will join alongside a couple Sweets teammates at the University of Portland in the fall. Will join up with Troy Osborne, Logan Nakamura. Looking back at Miller, kicks the payoff pitch. Another breaking ball fouled away. And we saw this a lot out of the Pippins last night when they were facing off versus Sweets. Were able to force a lot of pitchers into long counts, especially the starter and Trevor Stowe, who ended up throwing 6 innings on 84 pitches. Saw Andrew Cohen, the first guy out of the bullpen, had to really grind through at bats too. The base through 7 batters, 34 pitches. Payoff pitch, another breaking ball. Did it drop in? No, just stays high. And actually looks like no will be a ring up, as that ball did look to be just upstairs, but instead Garcia will get set down looking. And that will be just the second strikeout of the summer for Chandler. And Jacob Chandler mentioned first appearance was just 1 clean inning back on the 4th of July. So a little over a week ago now. Came in the 7th inning for the Sweets. Walla Walla already had a solid lead up until that point. We're up 10-6, I believe. Ended up coming in, picking up 2 quick outs, including a strikeout. Did walk 1 batter before getting the ground out to seal the inning. So that double from Miller was the first hit against Chandler in his AB, as Velasquez will foul this one off his own leg.
And that seemed to get Velasquez pretty good, as not putting hardly any pressure towards that right shin immediately. The Sweets athletic trainer, Sophia Ray, will come out to check on the Pippins All-Star. Again, Nick Velasquez been a solid bat all season long for Yakima Valley. Solid bat, solid defender, and has kind of kept that up in this series, batting 3 for 10 with a ribby and a stolen base, and has done good work at both first and second base, and still seems to be in a good bit of pain as now his head coach Kyle Crustangel will come in to check on him and see how it's looking, as looking at more towards the ankle, and seeing Velasquez currently trying to walk on again. Nick just finished up his freshman year at Citrus College, a junior college down in California, and has already committed to play with the University of Southern California Trojans, but wants to finish up his JUCO career and finish up his 2 years, get an associate's before heading on to USC. So we'll play another season with Citrus College before transferring up to USC in the spring of 2028 will be his first season with the USC Trojans. But one of the 4 Pippins West Coast League All-Stars will stay in the game. And definitely some tenderness in that right foot, and now has to watch the changeup catch the bottom of the zone. A beauty of a pitch from Jacob Chandler. Back-to-back looking strikeouts versus the 2 and 3 hitters. So the incoming freshman getting a great bit of control after giving up the leadoff double, immediately 2 strikeouts. Now faces up against Burt. And definitely not an easy bat to get past, but Chandler doesn't make it look too difficult. Another changeup below the knees. It's a big swing and a miss. And Parker Burt leading this Yakima Valley team in batting average, batting .346 with 8 doubles, 4 homers. Of course, a great defensive guy behind the plate, playing the majority of the Pippins games as the catcher, and also having those offensive stats. And it's always been a thing throughout baseball where catchers usually not the best hitters just because they need to be such great defenders. And when you can get a catcher who, of course, can hit incredibly well and field their position behind the plate, it's incredibly rare and incredibly valuable. And Burt is one of those guys, and he's going to slice one into the right field side. We are going to see Stinson pick it up. Stop sign goes up for Miller as the throw is in quick down the line, and it will be a 2-out single for Parker Burt. And just ripped well to the opposite field side, 95 off the bat, hard line drive. Just about an 8-degree exit angle. Skipped on the edge of the infield dirt and brings up Jay O'Neill. And Jay O'Neill just finished up his spring at Georgia Gwinnett College. Has since committed to play at UNLV with the Rebels. And a native of Federal Way, Washington, was first team all-conference this past spring with Georgia Gwinnett, an NAIA school. And was also Gold Glover, batting nearly .360. And has since committed to play at UNLV with the Division I Rebels. And also this being the first time we're seeing in this series as the Pippins, again, came off a series win versus Bend. Versus the Raptors. And in that third game of the series, O'Neill was ejected and suspended for 2 games. So again, that was back on July 9th versus the Ridgefield Raptors over in the Ridgefield Outdoor Athletic Complex, and had to miss 2 games. Was the first 2 games this series. Now is back in the lineup for the Pippins, as we're going to see Parker Burt trying to draw a throw, and Buckley not fooled. So Burt will happily take the free base at second. And Walla Walla not trying to fall for the trap, as Tyson Miller, again, plays for Cal State Bakersfield. And if you don't know the names of Cal State Bakersfield, their athletic teams are the Roadrunners, and Miller is a guy who really fits the definition of a Roadrunner. Incredibly quick, and the Sweets saw that in full display back in May when these two teams clashed. So not wanting to test his speed, 2-2 breaking ball misses way up and away. So 2 runners in scoring position. RBI chance for Jay O'Neill, batting .237 this summer, has knocked in 22 runs. Payoff pitch, fastball swung on and missed, and despite a couple of hits, Jacob Chandler strikes out the side in his first inning in his collegiate start. And what a way to strand 2 in scoring position. Powers down the Division I commit and sends us into the bottom of the first. Still no score. Walla Walla starting lineup coming up next.
It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest. You are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Sweets fans. Show us your Walla Walla Sweets ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda, same great automotive family and proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Sweets. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you walk in as a guest and drive off as family.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
Starting lineup for the Walla Walla Sweets, as announced by skipper Leo Rivera. Peyton Knowles leading things off, followed by Trevor T. Sam Kane. Designated hitter is Royce Hale in the cleanup spot. Ethan Buckley batting fifth. Bo Stinson behind him. Kyler Bittner, Gunnar Guile, and Austin Owens. Rounding things out, facing off against the right-hander out of Long Beach City College, Keithan Vaquera, the lefty, making his debut with the Yakima Valley Pippins. And a southpaw who just finished up his freshman year down in California with Long Beach City. And the first pitch is going to miss up and in. We do have an early defensive substitution for Yakima Valley. Again, saw Nick Velasquez, who was slotted as the second baseman, get injured on a foul tip, and he is now out of the game. Jay O'Neill, the right fielder, moves into second base, and now out in right field is Trey Godoy. Again, that being a tough guy to lose for the Pippins this early in the ball game, as Nick Velasquez And just a good defensive guy who can cover a lot of ground on the right side of the infield and has that steady bat. Has really been the steadiest for the Pippins, and Peyton Knowles didn't have any interest in seeing that fourth pitch as it misses way up high. And a 4-pitch walk will put PK aboard. And brings up T. Again, Vaquera made 9 appearances this past spring with the Vikings at Long Beach City College through just over 10 innings, had 8 strikeouts, 8 walks, and graduated out of Centennial High School prior. Now another pitch just missing inside as Vaquera struggling to locate early on in his debut. Again, from Bakersfield, California. And has just been playing down in SoCal, again for his first year. Again, had the pleasure of working down in Southern California myself, calling games for some Division II, Division III baseball teams in Southern California, and some very strong JUCO schools down there, and Long Beach City is one of them, and Citrus College being another, the home of Nick Velasquez. As the outside corner will be spotted to Trevor T, and just catching that corner after 6 straight misses. Vaquera able to find a strike. But Trevor T, knowing that he found the zone very well, going to have that green light. Vaquera again misses up and away. T has had a very strong series, batting 4 for 8 with a triple, 3 walks, and 2 stolen bases. So has gotten on base about 64% of the time he stepped into the box. Now foul tip will make the count go full. Is currently tied for the team lead in most hits this series alongside Kyler Bittner. The early go-ahead run leading off of first in Knowles. Vaquera kicks and fires. The payoff pitch misses way up and in towards T. And it looked like that might have gotten Trevor. As either way, the result will be the same. He ends up on first for free. And it brings up Sam King. As it was just a lighter hit by pitch for Trevor T at 77 miles an hour on the breaking ball. And if you are going to get hit by a pitch, then probably being one of your favorites off the elbow guard in mid to high 70s is probably best case scenario. Sam Kane does take strike 1. Vaquera now finding the zone, goes straight to the same pitch again. This time a little bit further upstairs, and Kane now having to defend 0-2. 2 runners on, no outs. Just trying to put the ball in play. Fastball misses behind the back foot of Kane, gets by Bird, and both runners will move up. As Vaquera just yanked that heater way low and in, 88 miles an hour, so was able to get a bit of extra oomph behind it. Usually when you see pitchers try and get that extra bit of velocity, that is when the accuracy can make a little bit of mistakes, and it does so again. Did this hit Kane? It looks like it did, as Knowles just making sure to tap home plate just in case, and PK always the showman, as he will trot back to third, and it will be bases loaded, and immediately we are going to see a meeting on the mound, as that is the Pippins pitching coach and Ethan Solscheider, who will come out there and talk to the lefty. A walk and 2 hit by pitches to bring up Royce Hale, and being a very tough situation for the lefty to try and get out of, not only having the bases loaded with no outs, but still going up against some real bulk in the Sweets lineup. Again, Walla Walla some great depth throughout their lineup. Royce Hale, huge slugger who has since transferred to Long Beach State. Does take ball one. Again, behind him is Ethan Buckley, and behind that is Bo Stinson, who's already had 2 homers in this series. Vaquera just trying to limit the damage, but Royce Hale will get the sweets on the board. Tears one into right. Stop sign will go up, and now we're going to see a little bit of an overextension from Sam Kane, but no one is on second base to capitalize. And it's just going to be a quick RBI single, moving the sweets from station to station. It's now 1-0 Walla Walla. As I don't believe Sam Kane was expecting the stop sign to go up for Trevor T over at third, and he was winding around second really without looking. Luckily for him, no one was covering second. Everyone was set for the relay. So the first hit is found versus Vaquera, and it brings up Buckley. First pitch to the Central Washington catcher will drop in for a strike at 76. And Buck started game one back on Friday night, went 3 for 5 with a trio of singles and an RBI. Didn't play last night, back in the starting lineup, and immediately sends one out towards center field. Garcia reeling back. T is tagging up, so is Kane. Both guys will try and advance. Long throw into third is going to be just off the bag. Everyone moves up. It's a sac fly from Buckley, and the Sweets extend the lead to 2. So able to do a job, as Vaquera does log his first out of the evening to at least start chipping away through this inning. But there's still 2 runners in scoring position with just 1 down, and Walla Walla 2 across in the inning. Bo Stinson could try and do it again. It looks like manager Kyle Crustangel is coming out for the Pippins, and maybe a little bit of discomfort out in center field from Luis Garcia, as it looks like that is where Crustangel is currently headed. As it looks like, again, Luis Garcia, the Pippins center fielder, is taking a couple awkward steps out in center field. And immediately, Kyle Crustangel is checking on him. So Nick Velasquez, the second baseman for the Pippins, had to exit with an injury, and now might be seeing another exit from a Pippin. As that would be another tough guy to lose, as Luis Garcia and just finished up his freshman year at Western Oklahoma State with the Rangers. Has been a good bat in the lineup this series, batting 3 for 8 and has done well out in center field. It looks like he will remain in. We'll see if that does end up changing a little bit after this half inning. Got a couple stoppages of play to check on some early injuries here in Borleske. As Crustangel will return back to the Yakima Valley dugout, and the bottom of the first will continue on. 2 runs already scoring, 2 more runs in scoring position, and it's Bo Stinson looking to knock him in. And Stinson 3 for 7 this series with a pair of homers, a walk, and 4 total ribbies, and takes the first pitch slider from Vaquera. And Vaquera still just looking to even things right out in his debut with Yakima, as it's going to be a fastball called a strike, perfectly placed on the low inning corner from the southpaw. And 87 miles an hour, just a sharp 10-mile-an-hour difference between that heater and that breaking ball. Fires the 0-2 up and in. It's going to be put in play towards the left side. It's going to be a tough play for the shortstop off the body. The tag will be applied by Sotomayor, and it will be an RBI coming across the score as Alex Mendoza Jr. with a good play reeling in, and it looks like he might be hobbling a little bit. Seems all right as he moves back to short. Again, the infield playing in. I'm going to make sure to cut down at least one out. But Stinson doing well defending in a 2-strike count, just putting the ball in play. At least picking up that ribby. Scoring Sam Kane, so Royce Hale will be the lone man on base over at third, and Kyler Bittner has a chance to try and bring him in and extend the lead to 4. His first pitch on the way to him will miss outside. Again, Bittner has just been a guy who's been a great addition to have for Walla Walla. Again, was a very late addition, just joined the Sweets earlier this week. Joined Walla Walla for the road trip out in Springfield and didn't play much except for Game 3. But has been doing very well in these first 2 games. Now a towering infield pop-up just in front of the mound is going to be Vaquero, who calls for it, reeling over to his right, makes the catch. Strands one in scoring position, but it's Walla Walla who put up 3 in the top of the the bottom of the first inning. And Walla Walla, that is 3 games in a row where they have put up 3 runs in the first inning, now looking to defend it heading on into the second.
It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest. You are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Sweets fans. Show us your Walla Walla Sweets ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda, same great automotive family and proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Sweets. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you walk in as a guest and drive off as family.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
Washington's lottery gives out a lot of green to winners in schools and retailers awesomely. Nearly 600 mil to people that play. Another 180 mil to vocational training and education from preschool to college. Now you got the knowledge, a win-win for all of us. Play Washington lottery, lottery, lottery. Play Washington lottery, lottery, lottery.
Visit walllottery.com. Who benefits to learn more.
Top of the second, Walla Walla leading 3-0 over the Pippins, and Jacob Chandler in his first start at the collegiate level, now having a little bit of run support behind him. As do look at the field for the Sweets, didn't get to quite talk about it in the top of the first. It's very similar to last night. In fact, the only difference being the catcher. It's Gunnar Guile out in left, Sam Kane in center, Bo Stinson in right, Trevor T. Austin Owens on the left side of the infield, Kyler Bittner, Peyton Knowles on the right side, and Ethan Buckley behind the plate as the back end of the battery for Chandler. And seeing Alexander Mendoza Jr., who will lead things off here in the second. Mendoza was the one-hitter both on Friday night and last night. Again, has since dropped to batting 6th in the order. He's currently 1 for 8 on the series with a walk, and it's going to be a first pitch heater missing high from Chandler. And talked about all the earlier starts across the West Coast League tonight, as again 5 of the 8 games have finished. Then you have this one here just getting underway in the second. Then you have 1 game in the 8th, 1 game in the 4th. I've seen some pretty close games really all throughout. Edmonton and Marion in a north-south divisional clash went to extra innings out in Alberta, as the Riverhawks took it 10-9 over top the Berries, and saw Victoria take the series finale versus Kamloops 12-5, and now of course prepare to host the All-Star game this upcoming week saw Portland down Ridgefield again 16-12. A aggressive offensive matchup between the Pickles and the Raptors. Saw Nanaimo in another north-south clash versus Bend. The Night Owls took it 3-1 over the Elks up in BC. Bellingham were able to take the win over the Lefties 5-2, and that being all the games that have concluded. Currently down in Springfield, Oregon, the Drifters are trailing 2-4 versus the Corvallis Knights. And the Drifters have been on a tear as of late and trying to find a late comeback victory to keep their win streak alive. And then still just out in the 4th inning over in Wenatchee, the Apple Sox are leading the Kelowna Falcons 1-0. The Apple Sox continuing to reign the top team in the West Coast League. And then you have the latest start of the evening right here in Walla Walla, Washington, as the count will go full between Chandler and Mendoza Jr. Now Alexander Mendoza Jr., another infielder out of Western Oklahoma State. As Chandler kicks and fires a fastball, it's going to get roped out to right center field. That ball trailing all the way back, and it will roll all the way to the track. It's going to be gotten in quick by Sam Kane as the brakes go on at third on a slide, and ball bobbled behind second base, but it will just be a leadoff triple from Mendoza. And the Ranger out of Western Oklahoma State will pick up his first extra base hit of the summer. And this being the 6th game of the 2026 season for Mendoza Jr. and gets his first extra base hit with a leadoff triple. Again, just well struck, 98 off the bat, straight to the right center gap. As now the first pitch runs inside to Emory Henderson. It is a slightly cooler day here in Walla Walla. High of 81 is what it currently sits at now, and will be cooling down into the low 70s throughout this game. It has been getting up into the low 90s, so seeing a low 80s day. Make it feel a little bit better. Of course, overcast skies, nothing really but clouds as far as the eye can see. But we'll get hotter in this upcoming week during the All-Star break. We'll get up into the high 90s, and then next week, we'll get a little bit warmer. As I believe in the non-league matchups versus, or it'll be when the Pippins return, as an appeal to the field umpire, Taylor Schneider, will say that Emory Henderson held back. And then when the Pippins return on July 21st, those games very well might get up into the triple digits in terms of heat. 2-1 pitch on the way from Chandler. Breaking ball just stays a little bit up in the zone. So 3-1 count. Chandler kicks and fires, gets the heater right past Emory Henderson at 90, just middle up, and that was a challenge pitch if you've ever seen one. And still none down here in the top of the second. Chandler fires again. Fastball low and away corner, sets down Emory Henderson, looking third backwards K of the evening for the young right-hander. And what a start it has been for Jacob Chandler, as again registering 4 outs, an inning and a third. All 4 have been through strikeouts. Has allowed 3 hits, 2 have gone for extra bases. And trying to limit it at that, fires a first pitch strike into Levi Sotomayor. And Sotomayor, the now junior infielder out of the University of the Pacific. And 6'2", 210 pounds, and another strong lefty bat in the lineup. Chandler kicks and deals, fastball fouled away. as Yakima Valley is a team who can really use lefty bats, and that kind of being perfectly described in this game particularly, as, of course, out of the 9 players in the starting lineup for the Pippins, 6 of them are lefties. As now pop up on the infield is going to be Austin Owens, who will step in front of second base and claim the second out. And after the leadoff triple, a strikeout and a pop out brings up the 9-hitter in Almeida. As we've seen some younger pitchers on the Sweets, underclassmen in the spring, who have shown a great bit of composure. The one that comes to the forefront of my mind, Charles Rogers III, who just finished up his true freshman year down at Cal State Northridge, who is now a West Coast League South All-Star for the Sweets. And he's a guy who's still young in his years, but when he's up on the mound, looks like a tried and true veteran. Nothing seems to faze him, always seems completely in control, is able to work out of a lot of tough situations, and seeing that same kind of demeanor out of Jacob Chandler on the mound right now. As looking in for the 0-1 pitch, kicks, fires, misses outside with it. And Almeida just finished up 2 years at Chaffee College, now trying to win the 1-1 count, 2 for 7 on the series, a double and an RBI. Had the very first extra base hit of the series back on Friday night for Yakima Valley. And the Pippins kind of struggle to really get their offense going versus Walla Walla, batting .230 in the first 2 games while slugging just .257. Trying to respond to the 3 runs put up, and it's going to be lifted out towards center field. Sam Kane jogging over to his right. He's got it, and that'll be out number 3. A lead-off triple, no matter. 3 quick outs from Chandler to strand that runner right where he started. Sends us into the bottom of 2, still a 3-0 lead for the Sweets.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
Walla Walla trying to extend the lead here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Got 2 scoreless frames already from the young Portland commit and Jacob Chandler. And in the offense, able to put up 3 runs on just 1 hit last inning. And Keith Vaquera, the lefty, on the bump for the Pippins. Put the first 3 runners on, a walk and 2 hit by pitches. And then just saw an RBI single, RBI sac fly, RBI ground out. So the Sweets did well, taking advantage of the runs they were given, and now to be Gunnar Guile, who will lead things off in the bottom of 2. And Guile, again, didn't see him play on Friday night. Got his first start last night. Now is going to get hit square in the back at 85. And getting some chirps from his own dugout there as he wears one right in the lower back. 3rd hit by pitch administered by Vaquera. And again, that being a better matchup, having kind of the platoon advantage versus Guile. Instead, going to set him on for free, and it brings up Owens. His first pitch missing inside just towards that back knee. A bit of a late bite behind that breaking ball. As now see Austin Owens hardly moved watching that same pitch go by. This time it was a little bit more inside. As Owens, not too phased at all. Now will just take a fastball right down the middle as Vaquera saw the disinterest on the last take and decided just to take the free strike while it was given. So 2-1 count. Guile leading off of first. Vaquera again missing low and in versus Owens. And Austin, a single and 2 ribbies on the series thus far. That has made some incredible defensive plays, made some highlight reel stops out at shortstop last night, and now will get walked for the first time this series. And again, just more free bases being given out. There already is a new arm getting ready in the bullpen for Yakima Valley. And I believe that is Eric Anthony at the University of Puget Sound, and it looks like he will come in immediately. As after the hit by pitch and a walk, that will do it for Keith and Vaquera in his Pippins debut. And the manager for the Pippins, Kyle Crustangel, will turn it over to Eric Anthony, standing at 6'4". The right-hander will take over here in the bottom of the second. We'll be right back.
Whatever your printing needs, Abbott's Printing does it all. Signs and banners, rich, full-colored, high-quality commercial and digital printing, direct mailings, full-color business cards, and postcards. If you want a printing job done right, then Abbott's Printing is the place to be. Abbott's Printing provides award-winning quality and outstanding customer service. Visit abbottsprinting.com to view their selection or call 453-8202. That's 453-8202. Abbott's Printing, where the excellence is on paper.
Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is proud to be the official hotel of the Walla Walla Suite. Our guests are sure to get a great night's sleep in one of our recently remodeled rooms, and our 24-hour pool and spa are perfect for round-the-clock relaxation. Each night at Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is followed by a complimentary breakfast included with every stay. At Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla, you can catch some Z's while the suites catch some W's. Wins, that is.
Walla Walla Valley Honda is now Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. The same great automotive family is here for all your needs. Service, parts, new Hondas, and top quality used vehicles, all backed by expert staff with the highest standards in the industry. After all, you're family at Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla and deserve the best. Visit us at underwriterhondaofwallawalla.com to schedule service or a test drive today. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. Walk in as a guest, drive off as family.
Eric Anthony all warmed up for Yakima Valley, and we'll go head-to-head with the top of the suites lineup in Knowles. And Eric Anthony just finished up his freshman year at the University of Puget Sound, Northwest Conference, and now making his 9th appearance of the summer with Yakima Valley. 3.38 ERA across 16 innings, has struck out 11, and coming off the best appearance of his summer so far as the first pitch into Knowles misses down low, and seeing some good bit of readiness out of Parker Burt behind the plate, showing that he's ready to jump up and throw anyone out. Did get a start in his last appearance through 6 clean innings versus the Ridgefield Raptors, allowed just 1 run versus the first half champs back on July 7th. And now Kyle Crustangel for the Pippins, deeming him to take over here and likely expecting a long relief appearance out of the right-hander. Pitch on its way, Knowles smashes towards the right field side, lifted towards the line, tracking over to get it is Godoy, makes the catch on the foul line. We'll see the tag up out of Guile, and he'll move over to third. And well struck off the bat from PK, just got under it. But will move a runner just 90 feet away, so it's Sweets on the corners for Trevor T. And it was hit by a pitch by Vaquera in his first time up. Again, Eric Anthony this past spring with the Loggers had 7 appearances, 3 of which were starts, had 10 total innings, and now Owens takes off. The throw is going to be offline and into center field. Owens will move up to third, and Guile will score on the throwing error. So our first error of the ball game gets the Sweets lead up to 4 and gives a sac fly opportunity to Trevor T. So rare throwing error out of Parker Burt, just offline, as now a good take from Trevor T, just able to keep the wrist from snapping the barrel through the zone. Infield playing in for the Pippins, trying to cut down this 5th run, and Austin Owens leading off of third as Anthony kicks, fires a breaking ball, and T got a good read of it, sends it out towards center at 91, seeing the easy tag from Owens, and he will take a nice quick jog into home plate. It's now 5-0 Sweets. Again, Walla Walla just doing kind of exactly what they need to do, as, again, to open up the inning, we're given 2 free base runners through a hit by pitch and a walk, and just did what they could to score them. And now the bases are clean with 2 down. If anyone was able to start up a 2-out rally, it would be Sam Kane. As did see Sam Kane with the bases clean back in the bottom of the 5th inning last night. Smash a solo home run over the left field fence to tie himself for 2nd in the West Coast League in home runs. And one of the 5 All-Stars for the Sweets, and will represent Walla Walla in the 2026 WCL Home Run Derby that will be occurring this upcoming week. So wishing Sam the best of luck representing the Sweets in that Home Run Derby. Again, some great power numbers, as again Sam has shown some great bits of power across his career, but the amount of consistency that he's shown with it here with Walla Walla has been absolutely unmatched. As you can see him unload on one, turns it foul. Again, the hands just a little bit too quick through the zone. It was 82 miles an hour up and in the zone from Anthony. And Kane, 96 off the barrel. Just pulled the trigger a little bit too fast. 2-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball stays up high. Another good take from Kane, staying in it. And Walla Walla seen some early leads in this series, as back in game number 1 led 7-0 after the first 2 innings, as Sam Kane will pick up a 2-out walk and works himself on to first for free for a 2nd straight time. And it brings up Royce Hale. Pitch on its way. Hale ropes it into right field again, and just a little bit out in front of it, will be tossed in quickly by Godoy. As the 2-out rally is getting started. A walk and a single. Royce Hale has 2 base hits tonight. And showing a good bit of consistency with that pull side power. And will allow us to quickly look out into the field for the Pippins. Malachi Emery Henderson out there in left. Luis Garcia, of course, in center. Jay O'Neill in right field. Excuse me, Jay O'Neill now moving in to second base. Seeing Derek Almeida at third. Alexander Mendoza Jr. at second. Again, Jay O'Neill now at second. It's Trey Godoy out in right. Again, seeing Levi Sotomayor out at first. Parker Burt behind the plate. Now for Anthony. Who gets up on the count versus Buckley. Another breaking ball. Now just missing outside. Again, Buckley been another good bat, and the South African native has really just been all across the Pacific Northwest as, again, hailing after his high school days from Cape Town, South Africa. Now he's going to flare a ball into right center field. Does it drop? It does into the gap, and we'll see the quick score out of Sam Kane. And the throw is going to get offline to third. Buckley remains on first, and Hale settles into third. And the two-out rally has started by Sam Kane, a walk and back-to-back singles to plate the sixth run. And that pitch was low and away off the plate, and somehow Buckley was able to get his hands there, keep the barrel on plane enough, just kind of flared it 70 miles an hour off the bat into right center field. It was spun in quick by Godoy. So 2 outs, 2 on. And Eric Anthony just trying to escape this inning as the Sweets have just not seemed to let it go. 3 innings in the first, now 3 runs in the first, now 3 runs in the second. The offense has just looked unstoppable, and now Bo Stinson's going to pop a ball up into foul territory, back and out of play. And again, knew right from the moment, saw tonight's starting lineup for Walla Walla that the Sweets and head coach Leo Rivera were aiming for the sweep, and this being a great start to try and get that 3rd game in a row versus Yakima Valley. And the Pippins just trying to turn it around early. 1-1 pitch roped into left center by Bo Stinson. That will get down for potential extra bases. Stinson will cruise, and the second stop sign goes up for Buckley, and it's a double for Bo Stinson, his 3rd extra base hit of the series. It's now 7-0 Walla Walla. And looked to just be a pitch in all too hittable of a position, a little bit middle low. So now 4 across in the inning for the Sweets, and Walla Walla had the exact same scoreline through 2 innings back on Friday night. 3 runs in the first, 4 runs in the second. Went on to finish with 18 runs that night. Would love to try and stay on that same pace to close out the series and close out the couple of games before the All-Star break, as a sharp half will snap past Sotomayor into right field. Both runs will score, and Bittner will stand on second. A spinner off the cap of the bat, and it looked like it was going to be routine for Sotomayor, and hop, skip, and a jump popped over his right shoulder and into right field. 9-0 Sweets here in the second, and Walla Walla have officially hit through the order. Gunnar Guile led off this inning with a hit by pitch, and now steps in again. And even though that was just off the cap of the bat from Bittner and was a ground ball straight at the first baseman, has to go in the scorebooks as a 2 RBI double. As again, might think it was an error, but was just a ground ball that was too hot for the first baseman to handle, and sometimes an awkward hop, just a part of the game. So 9-0. Sweets lead. Bittner leads off of second, and what a 2-out rally it's been for the Sweets, as had 2 outs and then saw a walk, pair of singles, and now a pair of doubles. So Gunnar Guile trying to get on base for the second time this inning, but this being his first time seeing Eric Anthony. Minor, this inning started with Keithan Vaquera, the lefty starter for the Pippins, was knocked down after the first 2 batters, Guile and Owens. So Guile getting his first look versus the reliever, facing off against 2 different pitchers in just 1 inning. As Anthony trying to get the Pippins out of the jam, Guile's going to ground it foul down the first base side. The count remains 2-2. Again, Gunnar, one of the several returning Sweets on the 2026 roster. And the only returning Sweet with All-Star honors was a 2025 West Coast League All-Star. And has since been able to watch 5 more Sweets go on to win All-Star honors this summer. Pops the ball back and out of play, foul. Count staying 2-2. Anthony looking to shut it down, and Guile looking to keep the 2-out rally going. 2-2 pitch misses way up and away. In Walla Walla, most runs they've scored in a game was 19. Back versus Marion in June right here in Borleske, and then had their second highest markup last night at 18. And now Gunnar Guile rips one out to center. That ball smoked out towards the center fielder. Garcia spinning will make the catch on the line out. And that will finally shut down the second inning for the Pippins, but not before Walla Walla add on 6 runs. It is now 9-0 Onions, moving on into the third inning.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Play, stay, get away at Clearwater River Casino in Lewiston, Idaho. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe. Experience Namipu hospitality with 600 gaming machines, comfortable lodging, dining, and sports bar. Excitement is everywhere. The region's premier destination for events and entertainment. Win big with unforgettable concerts, comedy shows, and live sports action. Discover your next play, stay, get away. Visit crcasino.com and start your adventure today.
Charlie Seneker will step onto the bump in the top of the third for Walla Walla. Just a short start for the incoming freshman and Jacob Chandler, trying to keep those innings steady as he prepares for spring of 2027 with the Portland Pilots. So Charlie Seneker, College of William and Mary right-hander, squaring off against the top of the lineup, gets a foul tip out of Miller. And Walla Walla 9 runs in the first 2 innings, 3 in the first, 6 in the second. And now the defense looking to stay aggressive, as this being the exact time where, as a pitcher, just going to be looking to throw strikes again, even if ball gets hit hard. Do have a 9-run lead to move with, as it looks like a missed toss from Buckley as he kind of just tossed that out into the infield. And Trevor T will help out, gives it over to Charlie. And saw Jacob Chandler toss 2 innings on 44 pitches, allowed 3 hits, no runs, no walks, striking out 4. 3 of those 4 strikeouts were looking. And showing some good strikeout stuff, and 4 out of the 6 outs being Ks. And did allow 2 extra base hits in 2 innings, but were able to limit them. Gave up a leadoff double and a leadoff triple and didn't concede any runs. And showed a great bit of composure even in that spot, as Seneker will miss outside on the payoff pitch. So Miller will reach the base pass for the second time. Again, had the leadoff double in the first. Now walks here to lead off the top of 3. Again, Charlie Seneker finishing up a year, and William and Mary, a ball flying out towards left center. Tracking over to get it will be Guile. He'll haul it in. Pretty well struck by Garcia, but Sweets have a guy there. And Seneker, this being his 8th appearance of the summer. Again, a native of Mercer Island, Washington. Stands at 6'1", 200 pounds. Was a captain of varsity at Mercer Island High School before getting the Division I offer from William Mary all the way over in Virginia. Made 15 appearances out of the bullpen as a true freshman, recording 21 strikeouts. Was a William and Mary Provost Award winner and made the CAA Commissioner's Academic Honor Roll as well in the fall. And now prepping for his 2nd season over in Virginia, and has been getting a good chunk of time. Here's a Walla Walla sweet, as now misses. It looks like that got the back foot of Godoy. It did. Reminder that Nick Velasquez, who started this game, fouled a ball off his own foot and had to exit. Now Godoy gets hit on the foot, his replacement. It looks like he's doing a little bit better for himself, as we'll take a slow walk to first. But a walk and a hit by pitch from Seneker puts 2 aboard for the Pippins. And Yakima Valley happy to take any bit of stability they can get. As Parker Burt now with 2 runners in scoring position. 2 runners on base, 1 in scoring position, has the chance to try and knock one in and get Yakima Valley on the board. Pitch misses down low. Count goes 2-0 from Seneker. And saw Charlie in his last time out there 2 innings earlier this week versus the Drifters. It's going to be a hard line drive from Burt out into left field. Stop sign will go up at 3rd for Miller, as a good bit of hops from Trevor T on the infield grass. The crowd giving him a little shout, hauling that baseball in, as it'll be bases loaded with one out here in the top of the third. And Parker Burt has 2 singles on the evening. One to left, one to right. So brings up Jay O'Neill, who will take strike 1 to the low and away corner. Miller off of third. Godoy off of second. Burt off of first. Pitch on its way from Seneca. Now just misses the low and in corner, as looked like might have been able to spot it. One pitch on the way is going to be lifted out into right field, taking a couple of quick steps back as Stinson now settles behind it. Tagging up is Miller. The throw in towards second will strand 2 runners from getting into scoring position, but it will be an easy score for Miller, and Yakima are on the board. Just a good sac fly from Jay O'Neill, doing a job in that spot, as picks up his 23rd ribby of the summer. He's now tied for second on the team in runs batted in. So it brings up Mendoza, who had a leadoff triple last inning and ended up getting stranded on third. Now Seneca just misses. Again, saw Godoy move up to third. Burt still stands on first. 1-0 pitch inside corner this time. And it looked like that might have been there, but in the home plate umpire, Bryce Reeves saying just missed the corner. And same umpiring duo we've had all weekend long. Taylor Schneider on the base pass. Bryce Reeves behind the plate. Now the changeup misses outside. So the count goes 3-0, and Seneca struggling to locate a little bit in this spot. I mentioned that usually the number one thing a coach would like to see in this spot is strikes thrown, playing from ahead, and we'll see a strike called here. Now a hot chopper will go over to Bittner, spins it over to Owens, and doesn't need the throw over to first, as Austin thought he was about to spin too. I was about to call it as such. As third out is found by Walla Walla, and that will close up the top of the third inning. Pippins get on the board, a leadoff walk from Tyson Miller, followed by the eventual sac fly from O'Neill. Brings in the first, but it's still Walla Walla with a solid lead, moving on to the bottom of the third.
Tasting fresh isn't hard with Blue Mountain Cider Company. As the official hard cider of the Walla Walla Sweets, our award-winning ciders have been crafted with love from local apples since 2003. Crisp, refreshing, and less filling than beer, Blue Mountain Cider is the perfect choice for any occasion. Check out our 8 flavors including peach, cherry, and harvest blend this summer. These ciders are sure to be a home run. Join us on Facebook and at drinkcider.com to learn more. Blue Mountain Cider Company, an apple a day, one glass at a time.
Experience elegance in the heart of downtown Walla Walla at the Marcus Whitman Hotel. Call for reservations at 509-525-2200 or visit us online at marcuswhitmanhotel.com.
Welcome to hospitality. Welcome to luxury. Welcome to Legends Casino Hotel. Visit legendscasino.com or call and book your stay today.
bottom of the third inning. Yakima Valley able to get on board in the top half of the inning. Now we'll turn to another new arm, and Austin Owens greeting the new arm with a hot shot ball into left field. It's going to drop just in front of Emery Henderson. Got a glove on it. Couldn't hang on, and it will just be an early leadoff single for Austin Owens, wasting no time welcoming Gus Musial into the game as the right-hander from Yakima Valley College, making his 6th appearance of the summer. Musial just finished up his 2 years with the Yaks and made 13 appearances this past spring with a 21 innings spun, had a 7.17 ERA, did have 14 strikeouts, just struggled a little bit with walks, and that has remained the same as ground ball over towards second, and it was going to be a line drive caught, and the throw back to first is in time. A well-struck ball from PK, but caught out by the shortstop. Mendoza went right back to Sotomayor for the double play. So 2 down and no one on as first pitch to T will skip into the backstop. Musial this summer, 6 1/3 innings spun so far, has an 0-1 record, 6 strikeouts. As T chops the ball foul, but again, it's just been limiting base runner. That has been tough for the Yakima Valley right-hander, as alongside his 6 strikeouts, does have 9 walks and has allowed 12 hits. We're looking to iron things out today, and will fire a breaking ball that drops in for strike 2. Again, did throw an inning versus the Raptors 5 days ago to open up the series back on Tuesday. In that one inning, allowed 3 hits, 2 runs. T grounds it over towards the shortstop. Mendoza has a tough play off the backhand, gets it to first, but not in time. And Trevor T has an infield single for his first hit of the day. And just placed that ball well enough towards the 5-6 pocket. And last time we saw 2 outs in an inning, Walla Walla were able to tack on 4 runs. Trying to keep that offense rolling as much as they can. And the guy who got that 2-out rally started here was Sam Kane, who steps into the box and takes ball 1 down low. Again, both teams can really use all of their bullpen in this game, as Sam Kane smashed the ball towards left field. It looks like it will hook foul, and does it stay through the foul pole? No. Home plate umpire Bryce Reeves will say that it just went foul. 102 miles an hour off the bat, almost 380 was the estimated distance. And Sam Kane looking for his 8th homer of the summer, and really looking to ramp up for the West Coast League Home Run Derby. 1-1 pitch is now going to be chopped to the third base side, foul just beyond the bag to Almeida. And have seen that a few times this summer from Kane, and obviously leading this Walla Walla team in home runs, is one of the top home run hitters in all of the West Coast League, but does tend to be a little bit early on those pitches, and now a good take leaves that breaking ball up high. Can just end up swinging a little early, pulling the trigger quick, and gets the hands out front early, ends up still hitting the ball very solid, but just pulls it foul. Now is going to rip one into left field, and not quite a homer, but still 97 off the bat into left field, and back-to-back 2-out singles to put 2 aboard, and brings up Royce Hale. As Royce Hale will take ball one down low. And the right-hander in Musial just looking to hand the Sweets their first scoreless inning of the evening. And Sweets still have picked up 3 hits in this inning. Austin Owens, Trevor T, and Sam Kane all finding singles. And Owens with the leadoff single ended up being a part of a double play, got back picked on a line drive, and now it's up to Royce Hale to try and keep the inning going with 2 on and 2 down. And evens up 1-1 in the count. As Hale currently batting 4 for 11 this series and gets a little bit ahead of that pitch towards the low and away corner. Looked like it did miss below the knees. Royce Hale, just a guy who can generate a lot of power, has that very big swing. Still batting .364 this series. Looking to turn in some more runs. Pitch on its way from Musial, missing outside. A walk would load the bases for Ethan Buckley, who's waiting on deck for the Sweets. But Royce Hale, very much expecting him to try and swing away. He does, chops it towards the second baseman. In O'Neill will stand on the right foot, gets the throw over to first to strand 2 on, and Musial will hand the Sweets their first scoreless inning of the evening, but it's still Walla Walla who head into the 4th, leading 9-1 here in Borleske Stadium, running right along in the series finale.
It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest, you are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Sweets fans. Show us your Walla Walla Sweets ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda, same great automotive family and proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Sweets. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you walk in as a guest and drive off as family.
Sweets lead Yakima Valley here in the top of the 4th inning, 9-1. Charlie Sineker continues to work off the mound, fires in a first pitch strike to Emery Henderson, who went down looking his first time up versus Jacob Chandler. Emery Henderson 2 for 9 on the series now, going to smoke a ball up to high right field, tracking all the way back as Bo Simpson all the way back to the wall, has to watch it go over top the short fence, and Emery Henderson will tack on another run for Yakima Valley, a solo homer to right field, an estimated 375 feet over the right field fence, and Malachi Emery Henderson, his 3rd bomb of the summer, to shorten the lead down to 7. So we'll quickly bring up the first baseman in Sotomayor. And that was just an off-speed pitch and middle in, left in all too hittable of a position. And Emery Henderson took full advantage of the fact was a top home run hitter at Wenatchee Valley in his time. Fly ball into foul territory, and T will have enough room to make the catch. So quickly after the solo homer, Seneca settles right back in and will be able to get the foul out. And that being the first homer of the series for Yakima Valley, had 2 doubles coming into this game in the past 2 days, and can now have a double, a triple, and a homer as a team in the first 4 innings. Seneca kicks, fires, and a good sinker to the outside corner. Again, Charlie does just sport the 3-pitch mix, as that sinker that can usually live up into the high 8s, a slider and a changeup. As there's the slider sent out towards left field. It's going to be a long run for Gunnar Guile towards foul territory. Makes the grab on the foul line, and that's 2 down. So the lineup card flips back to the top for Miller, who has a double and a walk. And now we'll take strike 1 versus Seneca. There's that heavy slider at 75 miles an hour. And just a good bit of difference in velocity there. Again, the sinker that breaks away from the lefty bat is going to be in the high 8s and really just zip away horizontally from the lefties. And then having the sinker that's going to slow down, has a good bit of vertical movement too behind it. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Seneca trying to locate here, gets a big swing and a miss, and looked like Buckley might have caught a piece of the backswing, and seeing a smile out of him and Tyson Miller. Again, Buckley, a former Yakima Valley Pippin. Payoff pitch on the way. Miller is going to ground it over towards Bittner at second. He scoops it up easy to PK for out number 3. Malachi Emery Henderson puts another run on the board for the Pippins with a solo homer. But then 3 up, 3 down after the fact. It's 2-9. Sweets remain out in front. Moving on to the bottom of 4.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kind of is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Play, stay, get away at Clearwater River Casino in Lewiston, Idaho. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe. Experience Namipu hospitality with 600 gaming machines, comfortable lodging, dining, and sports bar. Excitement is everywhere. The region's premier destination for events and entertainment. Win big with unforgettable concerts, comedy shows, and live sports action. Discover your next play, stay, get away. Visit crcasino.com and start your adventure today.
Walla Walla again leading by 7 here, moving into the bottom of the 4th. The Sweets have always just been a good team at home in Borleske Stadium, but that really being reflected this summer. And right here in Borleske Stadium, the Sweets are 16-4. And just an incredible rate of victories for the Sweets here in their home ballpark, winning 80% of the games they play in here at Borleske. And our 16-12 on the road as Ethan Buckley sends the ball hard out towards right center field, tracking over to get it. It's going to be dropped by the right fielder and Trey Godoy, and Buckley will move into second. It'll be interesting to see how that will be scored. It was hit hard off the bat by Buckley and out towards the gap, but Godoy seemed to have a beat on it, just couldn't squeeze it. Wouldn't be surprised to see that marked an error on the right fielder, and it will be. So it brings up Stinson with a leadoff man on second. Will be a strike called just below the knees, as it looked like that missed just a bit low, and Bo certainly thought so, as being an 0-1 count. Pitch on its way, and breaking ball will miss outside. A good take from Stinson to let it go. Now the breaking ball missing down low from Musial. Again, after last night's victory, Walla Walla had sole possession of first place in the South Division and have that 22-16 record, just one of 3 teams in the West Coast League to be up at 22 wins, as it's the Apple Sox, the Falcons of Kelowna, and the Sweets. The Ridgefield Raptors now a game and a half back of first. They're 20-16. Corvallis winning that last game versus Springfield. That just concluded about 30 minutes ago. The Knights were able to take the victory late and hold off the Drifters, taking it 5-3 down in Springfield, as again Stinson is walked to put 2 aboard. And Corvallis were able to take the 3rd game in that series and the 4-game win streak of the Drifters, so the Knights can steady on into 3rd place in the South at 19-17. Then you have Portland and Yakima Valley, who are currently right next to each other in the standings. The Pickles are 17-16, and Yakima Valley 17-18. The Pickles just ahead of the Pippins. Were able to take their spot after a win last night. Fly ball into right field. It's going to be a long run for Godoy. This time we'll be able to squeeze it for the first down. So Bittner is retired to bring up Guile. And after the Pippins, and it's Marion, Bend, and the Drifters rounding things out, all looking for late surges in the second half to try and seal away a playoff spot. As again, it's kind of a really narrow margin between 1st and 5th place, as currently between the 1st place Walla Walla Sweets and the 5th place Yakima Valley Pippins, it is just a 3.5 game difference, as Guile sends one hard out towards right field. Godoy tracking all the way back to the fence, to the track, will haul it in, seeing the tag up from Buckley as well as from Stinson. They both move up, as it was a hard hit ball from Gunnar Guile, nearly about 350 out of that right field fence. And we've talked a lot of this summer about how hard it is to get a ball out over past the right field fence, and it really is. It's the deeper part of this park. 333 to the right field foul pole, 378 in right center, and then again 410 in center. And the wind often kicking in from right field makes it even tougher for the lefties to pull one out. Hard hit ball from Gunnar, just couldn't quite get it over. Did see one home run over the right field fence earlier on from Emery Henderson, and Musial falls in the count 1-0 versus Owens, and it's on a little bit of frustration. Just didn't get that last call. Now finds the low and in corner to even it up 1-1. And runners on 2nd and 3rd, 2 down. Austin Owens. And get the Sweets to a double-digit run score for the 2nd time in this series. Musial kicks, fires, and it will drop in, and it looked to be a bit high, and it will be a looking strikeout picked up by Musial, and finds his first K of the evening to strand 2 in scoring position, brings us on into the 5th here in Borleske Stadium. Walla Walla remain out front.
Whatever your printing needs, Abbott's Printing does it all. Signs and banners, rich, full-colored, high-quality commercial and digital printing, direct mailings, full-color business cards, and postcards. If you want a printing job done right, then Abbott's Printing is the place to be. Abbott's Printing provides award-winning quality and outstanding customer service. Visit abbottsprinting.com to view their selection or call 453-8202. That's 453-8202. Abbott's Printing, where the excellence is on paper.
Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is proud to be the official hotel of the Walla Walla Suite. Our guests are sure to get a great night's sleep in one of our recently remodeled rooms, and our 24-hour pool and spa are perfect for round-the-clock relaxation. Each night at Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is followed by a complimentary breakfast included with every stay. At Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla, you can catch some Z's while the suites catch some W's. Wins, that is.
Talked about the South Divisional standings in the West Coast League, and looking on to the North, the Wenatchee Apple Sox still steady up in front of the North Division as and trying to pick up their 26th victory right now as ground ball over the right side. Bittner will scoop it up, goes over to Knowles, and quick one up, one down versus Luis Garcia. Is 2-3-4 in the lineup for the Pippins, and good chance to try and start gnawing away at this lead that Walla Walla have been able to build. Again, Wenatchee are currently trailing versus Kelowna 2-3 in the bottom of the 7th. The Apple Sox playing in Wenatchee, trying to find a late comeback victory versus Kelowna. High fly ball onto left field side. Drifting in is Guile. He'll call off Owens. 2 up, 2 down. Wenatchee 25-10, trying to get 26-10. Kelowna Falcons right behind them, 22-13, 3 games back. And have a chance to make it 2 games back if they're able to find a victory tonight. As it looks like Parker Burt a little bit late getting out of the dugout, still throwing on the gloves. Did see those 2 quick outs, but maybe Burt thinking that the inning was over. I can see a smile in the on-deck circle from Jay O'Neill. As Seneker fires in strike 1, and it looks like Burt still kind of getting himself settled. He didn't have really any intention going on that pitch. So Wenatchee, Kelowna at the top of the North, followed by Bellingham and Nanaimo. The Bells just down in front of the Night Owls by a game and a half, followed by Edmonton, who are just out of the top 4. Victoria, the All-Star game hosts, sitting in 6th place up in the North, followed by the Kamloops North Paws and the Port Angeles Lefties, who round things out. 0-2 pitch, going to be chopped to the third base side. T takes the hop, settles the throw across the diamond. 3 up, 3 down, and a very efficient inning of work from Charlie Seneker, and all it took was about 3 pitches to get through some of the most powerful bats in the Pippins lineup. Sends us on to the bottom of 5.
Walla Walla Valley Honda is now Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. The same great automotive family is here for all your needs. Service, parts, new Hondas, and top quality used vehicles, all backed by expert staff with the highest standards in the industry. After all, you're family at Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla and deserve the best. Visit us at UnderwriterHondaofWallaWalla.com to schedule service or a test drive today. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. Walk in as a guest, drive off as family.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Play, stay, get away at Clearwater River Casino in Lewiston, Idaho. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe. Experience Namipu hospitality with 600 gaming machines, comfortable lodging, dining, and sports bar. Excitement is everywhere. The region's premier destination for events and entertainment. Win big with unforgettable concerts, comedy shows, and live sports action. Discover your next play, stay, get away. Visit crcasino.com and start your adventure today.
Peyton Knowles will lead things off for Walla Walla here in the top of 5. The Sweets trying to extend on, find double digits. Again, had an 18-3 victory back on Friday night. Was the Sweets' biggest victory of the summer, and now are leading by 7. Are seeing Gus Musial settled right into this relief appearance, and it has been the best appearance of the season for him, but it's going to be PK who will slice a leadoff single through the right side. And that being Knowles' first hit of the day. Just well struck. It just looked like an off-speed hanging on the inside part of the plate, and Payne did a good job spinning the hands on it. Brings up Trevor T. And again, T has just had an interesting day as he is 1 for 1, a hit by pitch in the first inning, scored on it, then had a sac fly for an RBI in the second, singled in the third, and now steps in for his 4th plate appearance. And Walla Walla have been potent in their hitting, 8 hits already throughout the first 4 innings, that being hit number 9 that we just saw from Knowles. 2 extra base hits for the Sweets in this ball game, and again, Walla Walla has become known for their extra base hits. 110 extra base hits on the summer, leading the West Coast League, as the Sweets currently lead the league in doubles and triples. And with the help of the Sweets home run leader Sam Kane, they're currently also tied for 3rd in the WCL in home runs. As now running up and in, T, not too happy about that pitch at all. Second time Trevor's been hit by a pitch tonight, and he will keep his on-base streak going. That is now 4 plate appearances in a row that he reaches first, and looking a little more similar to what he did all the way back on Friday night. Again, if you missed Friday night's game, Trevor T got on base 5 times and scored 5 times. Ended up with 3 singles, a triple, and a walk to get aboard 5 times. Now pitch down in the dirt is going to skip away from Burt. Knowles and T will advance up to 2nd and 3rd on the wild pitch. So 2 runs in scoring position now, and the chance here for the Sweets RBI leader and Sam Kane. Musial tries the low and away corner, missed under the knees, and we're going to see the appeal down to the field umpire Taylor Schneider, who says that Kane goes around. So it will be a 1-1 count. Again, Kane, similarly to T, hit by pitch, a walk, and a single. Flies it out towards the right field side. Arsing, Knowles tagging, tracking it down is Godoy towards the bullpen, makes the catch. Both runners tag, and Knowles will score. And Sam Kane will happily take the Ribby. He's now tied for 7th in the league in runs batted in with 28. And we'll give a nod to his former Seattle teammate in Peyton Knowles, as, again, saw it very commonly a couple nights ago back on Friday night, where Sam Kane was able to find 2 sac flies scoring Knowles. And now Royce Hale smashes the ball towards deep right field. Godoy tracking back to the fence, tries to leap up and make the catch. He does against the wall, hauls it in. It will be a long sac fly. And it looks like the Pippins are going to challenge the tag up from T, and the umpires will say that he did leave in time, as that ball, an estimated distance of 360 feet out to the right field wall, just not quite enough, as that is out number 2, but the lead extends now 11-2 Sweets. Again, talked about how that right field fence is tough to get over, and that being a great example. 95 exit velo, 359 feet was the estimated distance, and Trey Godoy, the right fielder, able to haul it in against the wall. So now the bases are clear with 2 down, and Walla Walla just got 2 of their leadoff men on as ball skips over the netting and over top the Diamond Club, and it will be a souvenir for a young fan. Count goes 2-0 to Ethan Buckley. And Buckley 1 for 2 with 2 ribbies on the evening. Getting his second look versus the righty Musion. That was a fastball up and in that Buck wanted all of. Skips into the dirt, and then we'll go 3-1 to Buckley. And I've talked a little bit about the story of Ethan Buckley across this season, as, again, from Cape Town, South Africa, in his high school playing days in Cape Town, had an international guy come over from the States, and he came over from the Pacific Northwest and ended up telling Buckley about Lynn Ben Community College in Albany, Oregon, and saw Buckley make the trip all the way across the ocean to come play baseball in Oregon, and very shortly after ended up going to Oregon State, then ended up coming back, returned to Lynn Ben Community College, helped the Roadrunners win an NWAC title. And then after his JUCO years were done, played the past spring at Central Washington University. And now playing this summer with the Swedes, as it's going to be a tough ground ball for Mendoza. Throw across, going to be dug up over at first by Sotomayor to close up the 5th inning, but it's Walla Walla who add on 2 more runs, hitting double digits for the second time this series. Back-to-back sac flies from Kane and Hell. It's 11-2 Onions.
It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest, you are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Sweets fans. Show us your Walla Walla Sweets ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda, same great automotive family and proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Sweets. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you walk in as a guest and drive off as family.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
Walla Walla able to extend the lead back up to 9 runs, leading 11-2 over the Yakima Valley Pippins. Another double-digit offensive performance from the Sweets, and a ton has been going right. And Charlie Seneker on the mound has really settled in to this relief appearance. And has gone through 3 innings now. Chopper of a ground ball over to the right side. Bittner hop, skip, and a jump to make the play over to first. And quick 1-up, 1-down versus Jay O'Neill. And Seneca took him 5 pitches to get through 2, 3, 4 in the lineup last inning. And again, just 2 pitches to get past O'Neill. Across 3 1/3. Now 39 pitches, this being number 40 on its way, and fouled straight back by Mendoza. Then at 6 foot even, 185 pounds. Now ball sliced well towards left field. It's going to be a long run for Guile, but he is there. And Seneca continues to be ever so efficient. As just another short at bat will bring up Emery Henderson. Back-to-back 2-pitch AVs to bring up Emery Henderson, who has struck out looking and had a solo homer his last time up, and Seneca will freeze him with a breaking ball right down the middle. A 1 pitch goes with the same exact look, 74 this time. Lowered it by about 4 to 5 inches. We'll see if he goes right back to the well on the 0-2. No, this time heats it up towards the outside corner. Doesn't get the bite out of the Pippins left fielder. And Emery Henderson had a strong sophomore season at Wenatchee Valley College. Was one of the top home run hitters in the NWAC and had some great power numbers this past spring. Still uncommitted for next fall. We'll see where he chooses to potentially continue his academic and athletic career. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Seneca kicks and fires. Fastball is fouled back out towards the hot corner concession stand. And the count is full. Payoff pitch is going to be chopped foul now towards the Pippins dugout. Emery Henderson just staying alive and forcing at least a longer at bat now versus Seneca. Again, took 4 pitches just to get the first 2 outs, and meaning registered 5 outs in just 9 pitches. But Emery Henderson really forcing him to work for this at bat. It is Sotomayor, the first baseman, waiting on deck. Pitch on its way from Seneca, goes back to the well now with the breaking ball, gets a big swing and a miss, and sets down the side in order for back-to-back innings, and that brings us on to the bottom of the 6th as Seneca is cruising right alongside the Sweets offense.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
Washington's lottery gives out a lot of green to winners in schools and retailers awesomely. Nearly 600 mil to people that play. Another 180 mil to vocational training and education from preschool to college. Now you got the knowledge, a win-win for all of us. Play Washington lottery, lottery, lottery. Play Washington lottery, lottery, yeah.
Visit walllottery.com. Who benefits to learn more.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla Orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
Walla Walla Valley Honda is now Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. The same great automotive family is here for all your needs. Service, parts, new Hondas, and top quality used vehicles, all backed by expert staff with the highest standards in the industry. After all, you're family at Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla and deserve the best. Visit us at underwriterhondaofwallawalla.com to schedule service or a test drive today. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. Walk in as a guest, drive off as family.
So in the bottom of the 6th inning, the Yakima Valley Pippins will turn to the Northport native and Dawson Barabalt, who will make his first appearance as a Pippin this summer. And Barabalt out of Spokane is an incoming freshman. Says it's 6'3", 210 pounds. Now facing off against Bo Stinson, who chops the ball foul. And Barabalt redshirted this past year with Spokane. Now working in his first appearance of the season, Bo Stinson smashed the ball to left field. Has he gone yard for a third time this series? He absolutely has. Another round tripper for Bo Stinson, 102 off the barrel. Drops one out of left field for the third time this weekend and puts the Sweets up by 10 here in the 6th. Nearly 370 feet over top the Board of Education, and gets a little bit more energy back into the 12-2 lead. Is Bo Stinson 4 extra base hits this series, came in off the bench in game number 1 back on Friday night, and has very much earned the starting spot. Currently 2 for 3 tonight with 3 ribbies and 2 extra base hits. A double and a homer. Welcoming the new arm as a big swing out of Kyler Bittner. And he had a deep fly out to center field his last time up. Fastball up and in. Bittner grounds it sharply to the third baseman in Almeida. He goes across the diamond for out number 1. So it turns it over to Guile, who's 0 for 2. A hit by pitch, a line out, and a strikeout. And Guile Tucson native, played a couple of years at the University of Arizona with the Wildcats and has since announced his transfer and his commitment to New Mexico State to play with the Aggies. And I have seen a lot of players on the Walla Walla roster who have been committed to play with new schools in the upcoming spring of 2027. Guile being one of them. I've seen players like Isaac Hallam, a Seattle U guy, as a chopper is going to get back to the pitcher, but bobbled by Barabalton. An error on the pitcher will put Guile aboard. And just like looks like he couldn't get a clean handle on that baseball, and just being another error on the game for the Pippins, as that being their third error of the evening. Pitch on its way is a fastball below the knees to Austin. And current line score for the Pippins, 2 runs on 5 hits, 3 errors, and have left 5 runners on base. The Sweets have their 12 runs on 10 hits, no errors, and Austin Owens sends one up to high center field. Garcia, settling to his right, will make the catch. And the throw in quick, and will be just held on to. Looked like might have almost gotten away, as the Sweets have left 6 on base. But Walla Walla have just been hitting incredibly well situationally. As again, you look at the situational hitting stats for Walla Walla, the Sweets are currently batting 6 for 11 with 2 outs, are batting 6 for 16 with runners on, batting 4 for 12 with runners in scoring position. As ground ball over to Sotomayor, will step on first for the 3rd out, but Sweets are batting 6 for 6 for leadoff, and that being an incredible margin, as Bo Stinson with a solo homer to left field will send us on into the 7th inning, extends the lead to a double-digit deficit. It's 12-2, Onions lead over the Apples.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
First pitch from Charlie Seneca will get lined out into center field. It will be a leadoff single for Levi Sotomayor. Again, Seneca continuing to deal, as he's already gone through 4 innings on 50 pitches. Has allowed 2 earned runs, just gave up 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th. And now getting his current out streak ruined, as had retired the last 9 batters in a row coming into this inning. And Sotomayor picks up his first hit of the day, and actually I believe Sotomayor, that being his first hit of the series. And that it is. Sotomayor's first knock of the series is a solid line drive up the middle. Now a ground ball will get through the 5-6 pocket out into left field. So back-to-back singles from the 8 and 9 hitters. We'll put 2 aboard with none down here in the top of the 7th. And brings up the DH and Tyson Miller as the lineup card flips. And Walla Walla, with the 2 wins they've picked up in this series, have taken the lead in the all-time series. And now ball's going to get by Buckley and skip into the backstop. And after the 2 singles, a wild pitch will put the 2 runners in scoring position. And Walla Walla trying to do their best to stay sharp here in the late innings. But again, the Pippins and the Sweets came into this series, had played 70 games total since 2014, and the all-time record was tied dead even 35-35. And coming into Friday night, and Walla Walla have, of course, taken the last 2, now leading the all-time series 37-35 over the Pippins, and have a chance to make it. So that worst they can do after the 2026 summer is keep it tied. Again, these 2 teams will face off again on the 21st of July. That'll be the very next home series here in Borleske. Yakima Valley will return for another 3-game set on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, the 21st, 22nd, 23rd. Of course, in between then, there will be the All-Star break. The Sweets will have an away series in Corvallis, and the Pippins will have a home series versus Portland. That will be a huge series in Yakima County Stadium. Pippins versus Pickles, and both those teams are currently going back and forth between 4th and 5th in the South Division. Of course, 4th place being the last team, assumedly, who will get in to the West Coast League playoffs. And as the series, or the season rather, winds down very quickly, you want to make sure you're on the right side of it. And just about 3.5 weeks left of the season, as Miller is going to be able to rip it into right center. 1 run will come across the score. Stop sign goes up for Almeida. And it's an RBI knock for Tyson Miller. He's 2 for 3 on the day, with now a single and a double. As that is 3 straight base hits for the Yakima Valley Pippins to bring about their 3rd run. And it looks like manager Leo Rivera will come out, and that will be all she wrote for Charlie Seneker. So his relief appearance will end after 4 innings of work, allowing 3 earned runs. And we'll see a new arm step in off the bullpen. And Seneker doing a great job after giving up a couple runs, was able to respond and get through several innings squeaky clean. And now manager Leo Rivera will turn it over to a new right-hander. And it looks like that very well could be a Lower Columbia arm. We will see in just a moment. We'll be back after a short break.
Walla Walla Valley Honda is now Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. The same great automotive family is here for all your needs. Service, parts, new Hondas, and top quality used vehicles, all backed by expert staff with the highest standards in the industry. After all, you're family at Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla and deserve the best. Visit us at underwriterhondaofwallawalla.com to schedule service or a test drive today. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. Walk in as a guest, drive off as family. It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest. You are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Sweets fans. Show us your Walla Walla Sweets ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda, same great automotive family and proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Sweets. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you walk in as a guest and drive off as family.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money. when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
Hayden Line will step in to toe the rubber here in the top of the 7th. Sweets leading 12-3, and it's immediately going to be a line drive, getting past a diving Kyler Bittner, and wasting no time welcoming the new arm is Luis Garcia, as now the lead's down to 8. As that is 4 singles in a row from Yakima Valley. Again, just putting solid swings and hitting balls up the middle, moving from really station to station. Has 2 across in the inning, still 2 aboard. Hayden Line kicks and fires a high heater. This being the 3rd appearance of the season for Line, was another Lower Columbia College late addition, joined alongside a couple other Red Devils after their NWAC championship title this past spring. In Line, 3 appearances. Now this being that 3rd. Chopper over to the first base side. Knowles trying to spin it over to second. It'll be a close play over to 2. Does get there in time. So we'll take the fielder's choice to retire 1 runner, and it looked like a little bit of confusion out on second from Luis Garcia, as he will now trot back to the dugout. So it'll be runners on the corners with Miller on 3rd, Godoy on 1st. And Hayden Line, in his 2 previous appearances, has thrown an inning and a 3rd and an inning versus the Raptors on the 3rd and the Drifters on the 7th, that being Tuesday. Fly ball out to right field. Stinson settling behind it, trying to get some momentum. Long throw in towards the plate. It's a good one, but not in time, as coming across to score is the speedy Miller. And now the Pippins are up to 5 runs. And their biggest inning of the evening, 3 runs being tallied on, and the Sweets likely still feeling in a good spot, but do not want to give Yakima Valley too much momentum. Again, Hayden Line allowing just 2 hits in those 2 previous showings, and been doing his best to limit the damage here as sends it into the dirt. Blocked well by Buckley. And Line finished up his true freshman year at Lower Columbia, native of Clarkston, Washington. Stands at 6'2", and out of Clarkston High School was a 2-sport athlete, was 4-time All-League player in baseball and a Football League MVP at Clarkston High School. And this past spring with the Red Devils had a 3.47 ERA across 23 innings. One of the top bullpen arms for the Red Devils. Ball fly down the left field line. It's going to be a long run for Guile, reeling over, diving in foul territory. Can't quite get there. And a good effort out of the NMSU commit. Just can't quite haul it in. The count will remain 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And in those 23 innings this past spring, Line had 20 strikeouts, and batters only hit 182 against him. And Lower Columbia College had an incredible pitching staff, and it was really displayed earlier on as the line drive will get down in right field in front of Stinson, and good 2-strike hitting out of Jay O'Neill to extend the inning. It was just released on social media a couple days ago that across all baseball and all collegiate levels, Lower Columbia College had the lowest team ERA of any baseball team in any collegiate division. 2.46 team ERA across an entire season. No one in any level of college baseball had done better. And Hayden Line, a part of that pitching staff, and I've seen some of his teammates from Lower Columbia also a part of it. Jackson Went, Rudy Larson being a couple. Jalen Kennedy was a catcher for the Red Devils, who was on the opposite end of the pitching staff, back end of the battery, and the Line now miss outside, falling 2-0 in the count to Mendoza. And 3 runs across in the inning, 2 more on base. 2-0 pitch is going to just miss at 87. Looked like it got the top of the zone. So a 3-0 count. Line trying to find strikes across here, and it will just end up being a 4-pitch walk to Mendoza, and it brings up Emery Henderson with the bases loaded. And so Line likely going to try and stay very cautious. As first pitch to Emery Henderson will be fouled straight back. Now tracking down low, will miss. And it is always interesting to see these kinds of matchups, as again, both these players competed in the NWAC this past spring and actually did have one plate appearance against one another, and it was a ground out from Emery Henderson, and now will line out over to first base. Knowles hauling in and gives a celebration over there on first base, as will strand 3 runners on base, 3 runs across for the Pippins, their biggest inning of the evening, as they cut the lead down to 7, but that sends us on to the stretch here in Walla Walla. Sweets continue out in front 12-5.
Tasting fresh isn't hard with Blue Mountain Cider Company. As the official hard cider of the Walla Walla Sweets, our award-winning ciders have been crafted with love from local apples since 2003. Crisp, refreshing, and less filling than beer, Blue Mountain Cider is the perfect choice for any occasion. Check out our 8 flavors including peach, cherry, and harvest blend this summer. These ciders are sure to be a home run. Join us on Facebook and at drinkcider.com to learn more. Blue Mountain Cider Company, an apple a day, 1 glass at a time.
Experience elegance in the heart of downtown Walla Walla at the Marcus Whitman Hotel. Call for reservations at 509-525-2200 or visit us online at marcuswhitmanhotel.com.
Welcome to hospitality. Welcome to luxury.
back after the 7th inning stretch. Trevor T will lead things off and sends one up to high left field. Tripping out in left is Emery Henderson, and he is down in left field, but that ball is going to be retrieved by Mendoza, and time will immediately be called as the Pippins left fielder had a misstep while trying to go get that ball, and he is down in left field. And Malachi Emery Henderson, he's been a huge piece for the Yakima Valley Pippins this summer. Immediately, the Sweets athletic trainer Sophia Rabe will come out, and as well as all of the Pippins coaching staff will go and check on the left fielder, and look like might be something with that left foot. Has immediately slipped on the outfield grass, and Mendoza did a good job reeling it in. But time will be called as play will come to a halt to check on the Pippins outfielder, and that will bring us to a pause as well. Mendoza hauling in the catch, but it's going to be Malachi Emery Henderson who's going to get checked down after the play. We'll be back in a bit.
It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest, you are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Sweets fans. Show us your Walla Walla Sweets ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda, same great automotive family and proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Sweets. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you walk in as a guest and drive off as family.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
Washington's lottery gives out a lot of green to winners in schools and retailers awesomely. Nearly 600 mil to people that play. Another 180 mil to vocational training and education from preschool to college. Now you got the knowledge, a win-win for all of us. Play Washington lottery, lottery, lottery. Play Washington lottery, lottery, yeah.
Visit walllottery.com. Who benefits to learn more.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
We are back here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Again, Malachi Emery Henderson, the Yakima Valley Pippins left fielder, has exited the game and was able to walk off the field on his own weight, but taking things easy as the new left fielder will be Tyson Miller. Again, the Pippins designated hitter who was taking a break from the field tonight will now have to be moved into left. So likely seeing a new designated hitter in the lineup for the Pippins as Sam Kane will take strike 2 just at the top of the zone. As Barabout continues to deal as 0-2 pitch on the inside corner, and A little bit just too far in. Again, Walla Walla have been really getting their offense going this series, batting .324 as a team coming into tonight, slugging .568, and Sam Kane is going to tear another ball foul all the way towards the bullpen. It's going to be just out of range for Miller. And we've seen a lot of hard hit balls foul from Sam Kane. It's just been a little bit early on some of these pitches towards the middle end part of the plate. And the Sweets 10 extra base hits in 2 games. Breaking ball on its way. Sam Kane, another towering pop-up beyond the third base side and tracking towards the hitting facility and towards the Edwards Moore clubhouse. And the new clubhouse that was added back in April 2024 next to Borleske Stadium. Another 2-strike pitch just tipped by Sam. Keeps himself alive in the AB. Again, remember when this season opened up, being able to listen to the manager, Leo Rivera, talk to the Sweets as soon as kind of the first batch of guys got here. As Sam Kane lifts the ball into left field, will be settled behind by Miller. And one of the biggest things that Leo Rivera mentioned was the fact that he didn't have the clubhouse. Again, if you do not know the backstory, manager Leo Rivera was a former Sweet and a former Whitman College Blue, so played here at Borleske Stadium himself for several years. And now in his first year as a head coach for the Sweet, again, last year was an assistant coach for Walla Walla under manager Colby Castillo. Now taking over as head coach, his first head coaching job in his young coaching career here with the Sweets, and trying to lead Walla Walla to their first playoff since 2019, and on a good pace to do it. I mentioned that the team has to treat this place with respect and do not take it for granted, and the team is absolutely not been able to use it to its fullest ability. Again, have been absolutely dominant here in Borleske Stadium. 16-4, trying to add on their 17th home win of the season. Royce Hale puts a charge ball way out towards the sweet spot. It skips off the fence and hops right past Slugger's concessions down towards Martin Field. Again, that ball was smoked off the bat of Royce Hale, and something we see pretty frequently, pulling a ball sharply down the right side towards the opposing bullpen. Now gives one a little bit more lift out to right field. It's going to be Garcia who's behind it in the gap, and that'll be out number 3. So 1-2-3 inning from Dawson Barabout to send us on into the 8th. Sweets still lead 12-5.
Whatever your printing needs, Abbott's Printing does it all. Signs and banners, rich, full-colored, high-quality commercial and digital printing, direct mailings, full-color business cards, and postcards. If you want a printing job done right, then Abbott's Printing is the place to be. Abbott's Printing provides award-winning quality and outstanding customer service. Visit abbotsprinting.com to view their selection or call 453-8202. That's 453-8202. Abbott's Printing, where the excellence is on paper.
Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is proud to be the official hotel of the Walla Walla Suite. Our guests are sure to get a great night's sleep in one of our recently remodeled rooms, and our 24-hour pool and spa are perfect for round-the-clock relaxation. Each night at Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is followed by a complimentary breakfast included with every stay. At Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla, you can catch some Z's while the Sweets catch some W's. Wins, that is.
Sun continues to set here over top Borleske Stadium as the temperature continues to cool. Still sitting now in the mid-70s as Sotomayor takes strike one from Hayden Line. And sunset officially in 10 minutes. That has since passed over top Borleske as the field covered in shadow. Lights shining down, but can make the hills and trees in the backdrop here at Borleske Stadium. Nice shade of orange into pink. And just been a ton of great competitions hosted here at Borleske Stadium, and a great venue it is, as an inside-out ball going to be turned into left by Sotomayor. And he's now got back-to-back singles for his first 2 hits of the series, trying to be the catalyst here in the top of the 8th inning for the Pippins. Again, this being the 100th year that Borleske Stadium has been running in. One of the oldest parks in all of the West Coast League. Named after Vincent Borleske, a former Whitman College athlete in the class of 1910. And the Sweets been hosting the space since 2010 in their inaugural season, and have seen a ton of previous attendance on this field, as Walla Walla High School baseball, Walla Walla Community College football, and seeing a lot of other teams come and go across the years. Blue Mountain Bears being another team, some earlier minor league teams, the Walla Walla Padres, the Islanders, the Walla Walla Phillies, those all kind of being in on the 1970s. Now big swing and a miss will set down Almeida. And Hayden Line puts a conclusion to the short history lesson, setting down Almeida through a strikeout, and it brings up Miller. And Miller now in at left field. Runner on with 1 out. Takes strike 1 on the bender from Line. Again, speaking of history, have seen some Sweets alumni being talked about today, as, of course, starting yesterday was the 2026 MLB draft, and again, today was day 2 of the draft. Saw some former Sweets alumni getting drafted. Albert Robles, a 2022 Sweets alum, was drafted to the San Diego Padres in the 16th round. And Robles continued his career at Oregon State, and now will try and play over in the big leagues, as we're going to see Bittner spin it over towards second. The relay over to first is not going to be in time, and I'm going to say Knowles is off the bag, and we did a good job hauling that ball in. And it looked like some confusion over at second as Sotomayor thought he was safe. He remained on the bag, but at the fielder's choice will put him back to the bench, as Walla Walla do take the lead runner and have 2 down as Luis Garcia steps in. Again, so saw Albert Robles drafted out of Oregon State, then saw Court McDonald drafted by the Rockies in the 19th round. Court, a 2024 Sweets alumni, a little bit more recent, and continued his career at Stanford with the Cardinal, and now has been drafted by the Rockies organization and trying to climb his way up the minors, as the 0-1 pitch on its way, fouled into the netting by Garcia. The center fielder 1 for 4 with an RBI single. Is Garcia batting .333 on the series so far, has struck out 4 times. 0-2 pitch missing away. But Hayden Line trying to get through this inning clean. Get through an inning and 2/3 on Now just 27 pitches, swing, foul tip, straight back into the glove, squeezed nice and tight by Buckley. Second strikeout of the inning from Hayden Line sends us on to the bottom of the 8th. And the Onions looking to add on some even more insurance before the 9th inning. 12-5 lead persists. The Sweets want some more.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Play, stay, get away at Clearwater River Casino in Lewiston, Idaho. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe. Experience Namipu hospitality with 600 gaming machines, comfortable lodging, dining, and sports bar. Excitement is everywhere. The region's premier destination for events and entertainment. Win big with unforgettable concerts, comedy shows, and live sports action. Discover your next play, stay, get away. Visit crcasino.com and start your adventure today.
Sweets lead 12-5 here in the bottom of the 8th inning, looking to add on a couple more runs before the 9th inning, and the Pippins will turn to the 6'7" right-hander out of Western Oklahoma State, Dan Bradley. 6 feet 7 inches, 210 pounds, just finished up his sophomore year with the Rangers, now making his 4th appearance of the summer with Yakima Valley, has thrown 2 innings prior. In those 2 innings, has allowed 3 runs, 4 walks, and now the first pitch is going to sail behind the head of Ethan Buckley. And that always going to probably knock the wind out of you a little bit. As Bradley will settle back in, kicks and fires a breaking ball across the zone, chopped towards the third baseman, takes a big pop past Almeida. And Buckley, after a pitch behind his head, will now have a leadoff single. Again, I've talked about the Western Oklahoma State Rangers really all series long. I've talked about all the Rangers in the starting lineup: Alex Mendoza Jr., Luis Garcia, and as well as Aviel Ramos, who started the first 2 games of the series. But in terms of Western Oklahoma State guys coming off the mound, Dan Bradley, the only one on the roster, as kicks and deals the first pitch up and into Bo Stinson. Again, Bo Stinson, what a series he has had, and another strong day at that. Bradley now misses off the inside corner again. And Bo Stinson is currently 5 for 10 this series with a double, 3 homers, and totaling 7 RBIs. And a standout showing from the Lewis Clark State Warrior. Now will take a breaking ball at 73 in for a strike. Again, in this game in particular, seen Bo go 2 for 3 with a walk, and if you exclude the 1 walk, he has had an RBI in each plate appearance. RBI ground out all the way back at the first, RBI double in the second, then walked in the fourth and had the solo homer, knocking in himself back in the sixth, and that being the most recent run scored by the Sweets. 3-1 on the way from Bradley. Fastball towards the out and away corner, just misses it, and Bo will walk for the second time and gets on base for the fourth time today as Buckley moves up to second and Kyler Bittner steps in. Again, Bittner, this just being the fourth game he's been a part of and has swiftly made an impact with the Sweets as he's batting .400 in his first 4 games, including this one. Has a 2 RBI double back in the second. Now foul tipple goes right off of Parker Burt. Again, this being the only game still going as the Wenatchee Apple Sox were able to complete the comeback versus the Kelowna Falcons. As the Apple Sox were trailing 4-2 in the 8th inning and took that game 4-5. Now Bittner, sharp grounder over to third. Almeida sweeps it over to O'Neill and has to try and spin that awkwardly over to first. Just has to take the one out at second, so fielder's choice will send Stinson back to the mound, but back to the dugout. But Buckley will stand on third, and Bittner will stand on first. So Gunnar Guile steps in, still hunting for his first hit of the day, and had one of the biggest swings last night for the Sweets as came up very clutch in the 9th inning. Sweets were trailing by 1 run. It was 5-4 in the bottom of the 9th inning. Saw Ronan Schofield get on through a single. Saw Kyler Bittner get on through a single, and then it was a huge triple off the right field wall from Gunnar Guile, and he ended up being the tying run that was knocked in through an Austin Owens sac fly to send that game on to extra innings. It was the first extra innings game of the season for Walla Walla, and took it 6-5 after a walk-off ball put in play by Trevor T. As the breaking ball drops under the zone, a good take from Guile has left that pitch alone. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Again, now this being the last game occurring in the West Coast League before the All-Star break closes up, and Walla Walla looking to secure it in. Gunnar Guile smokes one out into right field, but it's going to be straight at Godoy. Tagging is Buckley. He will come in to score. So Gunnar Guile picks up his first ribby of the night on the sac fly. Well struck, and all he needed to do was get it to the outfield. 100 straight off the bat of Gunnar. And it's now 13-5 Walla Walla. And mentioned wanted to pick up some insurance, and that's at least 1 more run on the tally. So it brings up AO. As Bradley kicks and fires, just misses low and away. So 13-5 Walla Walla lead, and again, what an offensive series it has been for the Swedes, as now this ball is going to get behind Owens, but off the bat, and that's always going to earn you some chirping points from your coaches, as and that ball was a breaking ball that slipped out of the hand of Bradley. And coaches always tell you to get the barrel of the bat down, and Owens just kind of left it there. And you see the trajectory of that pitch, and as a batter, you're never expecting it to hit the bat. And again, hitting a baseball, arguably the toughest thing to do in sports, and even when you're trying your hardest, sometimes you just can't make contact, and then you don't even move the bat, and you are able to make contact. What a sport it is. 2-1 pitch. This time it will run inside again, but gets Owens flush, and that'll put 2 runners aboard with 2 down. As the lineup turns over to Knowles. And really just saw this game explode early and has since kind of just mellowed out. Again, Walla Walla had 9 runs in the first 2 innings and have been able to put up 4 runs since then. Again, good chunk of runs, but nothing compared to the 9 runs that were put up to open up this ball game. As the Sweets have put up 37 runs in this series versus the Pippins. And if they're able to bring in these 2 runs on base, would average 13 runs a game in this series versus Yakima Valley. And what a way to go into the All-Star break. To a pitch on the way to Knowles, misses outside. Seeing Bradley struggling to locate here. And the 6'7" right-hander kicks and fires. Will be able to pump in a strike at 83 to the outside part of the zone. And Bradley doesn't have the most zip to the heater, but again, from a 6'7" frame, it's always going to be tough to get a read of. And the right-hander, a guy who just kind of keeps the ball a little bit closer to that back ear now. Snaps in ball 4. And the bases will load for Trevor T. It's Bittner off of third, Owens off of second, Knowles on first. And Trevor T has gotten on base 3 times today, scoring twice. A single and an RBI now. A good take on that breaking ball down low as Dan Bradley slows it down to 73 miles an hour. And T looking to stay disciplined, knows he's seen 2 walks and a hit by pitch in this inning. Bradley has nowhere to put him on first base, swings away towards the 5-6 pocket. It's going to be kept in front by Almeida, but can't get up and make the throw across. And put his body on the line to keep it from getting to the outfield, but couldn't field it clean, couldn't develop any sort of throw. And just a hard hit ball from Trevor T will bring in run number 14. Moves the Sweets from station to station and brings up Sam Kane. First pitch to him will be a breaking ball that just able to hover through the middle of the zone, and didn't look like Kane was looking for it. 14-5, saw a 9-run lead after the first 2 innings, and despite Yakima Valley being able to put up 5, the 9-run lead persists as now a breaking ball is going to skip way into the dirt and all the way out from Burt, and that will bring in Austin Owens easily as Swedes get back out to a double-digit deficit, 15-5. Again, just storming ahead in this game, and now have hit that average. Again, 39 total runs in the series for Walla Walla, averaging 13 runs per game across this series versus the Pippins. The offense has just seemed unceasing now. A good block from Burt, able to just keep that ball in front with all glove. But Sam Kane very likely still just looking to put a charge into something. Doesn't seem to be a guy who likes to walk one bit. Will take a strike just at the knees. It looked like that was about a ball low. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 in scoring position. Dan Bradley kicks, fires, breaking ball. Sam Kane lifts a towering pop up ball to the infield. It's Almeida who's going to come in from third base to secure it, stranding those 2 runs there. But Walla Walla able to add on a few more in the bottom of the 8th inning. Mentioned they wanted some insurance. They got it. They lead by 10 going into the 9th.
Tasting fresh isn't hard with Blue Mountain Cider Company. As the official hard cider of the Walla Walla Sweets, our award-winning ciders have been crafted with love from local apples since 2003. Crisp, refreshing, and less filling than beer, Blue Mountain Cider is the perfect choice for any occasion. Check out our 8 flavors including peach, cherry, and harvest blend this summer. These ciders are sure to be a home run. Join us on Facebook and at drinkcider.com to learn more. Blue Mountain Cider Company, an apple a day, 1 glass at a time.
Experience elegance in the heart of downtown Walla Walla at the Marcus Whitman Hotel. Call for reservations at 509-525-2200 or visit us online at marcuswhitmanhotel.com.
Welcome to hospitality. Welcome to luxury. Welcome to Legends Casino Hotel. Visit legendscasino.com or call and book your stay today.
Top of the 9th here in Borleske Stadium. Walla Walla leading 15-5 over top the Yakima Valley Pippins, and manager Leo Rivera turns to the incoming Seattle U freshman Quade Gonzalez IV. Graduated out of Othello High School in Washington this past spring. Stands at 6'3", 170 pounds, just making his 2nd appearance at the collegiate level. Saw him throw back on Thursday night versus the Springfield Drifters. Through 1 inning, did allow a couple hits and had 1 strikeout. First pitch is going to be grounded over to Bittner as he settles it over to first, and Gonzalez making it look easy. 1 pitch, 1 out. As will retire the UCLA Bruin in Trey Godoy. So it brings up Burt and 3, 4, 5 in the lineup for Gonzalez to try and get through. As kicks and fires, first pitch at the knees for a called strike. An 89 on the heater. Now swing and a miss, gets Count easily up to 0-2. And Gonzalez committing to play with the Red Hawks in spring of 2027. Of course, got brought on by one of the Seattle coaching staff, and Leo Rivera is now the fastball runs up and in at 90, and after getting up 0-2 in the count, a little bit of chin music for the Pippins All-Star. So shaking Burt off the plate just a little bit. 1-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball. Did he get the swing? No, and not going to see any appeal out of Buckley either. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, Burt trying to stay disciplined. He's 2 for 3 on the evening, has a pair of singles and an RBI as Gonzalez goes right back inside. And 2 guys going head-to-head committed to playing at the Division I level for the first time. And now Gonzalez runs in again. And that will walk Burt on to first. So got ahead 0-2 and struggled to find the put-away pitch. And seemed to just get even more aggressive going right at the Pippins catcher. Pitch on its way. Will cruise in for a strike versus O'Neill. And the Yakima Valley right fielder had a single in his last at-bat for his lone hit of the series. Again, missed the first 2 games due to an earlier suspension. As Quaid misses way outside with the breaking ball, just couldn't quite get the fingers around it. And that fastball can sit in the low 90s and has a good mix between his changeup, curveball, and his slider. And seeing just another fastball low and in. And the changeup and curveball are going to both sit, really, and the slider are all going to sit to kind of the mid to high 70s. Just has a good bit of bite behind him. Kicks and fires inside out, turn foul down the third base line. So the count remains 1-2. And was a strong right-handed pitcher, but of course also a great shortstop with Othello High School. Now gets a big swing and a miss out of O'Neill, and that being just the second strikeout on the summer for Quaid, and sets down a dangerous bat of Jay O'Neill and brings up the shortstop and Alexander Mendoza Jr. Again, Gonzalez was signed to the Sweets roster since the springtime and had to join the Sweets a little bit later on. Again, talked about how his first appearance was just earlier this week. But would love to try and establish himself as a dominant bullpen arm and guy who can see coming out to try and close games, pick up an inning or 2 here and there. 0-1 pitch on the way is going to be it misses way up and away. Again, are seeing the new bat in the on-deck circle in Aviel Ramos. And currently, Mendoza trying to get him there, but has to focus on getting himself on base as the Pippins down to their final strike in the series. Quaid Gonzalez the fourth, looking for the put away. 1-2 pitch, missing outside. Still a good bit of velocity behind that pitch. Trying to force some Weak contact out of the shortstop. Mendoza had a leadoff triple all the way back in the second, has not registered a hit since then. 2-2 breaking ball, gets the swing and a miss. 2 back-to-back strikeouts from Quade Gonzalez, the fourth, to close things out in the ninth. And the Sweets sweep the Pippins here in Borleske to close things out before the All-Star break. Back-to-back massive victories, really all 3 games absolutely huge. 18-3 on Friday night, an extra innings win last night, and now another double-digit deficit, 15-5, to close out the series strong. And what a showing it was all around, offensively and defensively. Saw the start out of Jacob Chandler, the incoming Portland freshman, through 2 shutout innings, striking out 4 on 44 pitches. Saw Charlie Seneca have a long relief showing, spinning 4 innings. Hayden Line had a shutout 2 innings as well, striking out 2. And Quade Gonzalez, the fourth, second appearance, came in and set down 3 batters, allowed 1 walk but no hits, 2 Ks to close out. Of course, on the offensive side of things, Walla Walla, 15 runs. Bo Stinson having himself another day. 2 extra base hits, an RBI double, and a solo home run. Got on base 4 times. 2 extra base hits, 2 walks, totaled 3 ribbies on the evening. Royce Hale was able to tally himself a pair of singles, 2 ribbies. Ethan Buckley was able to get aboard a couple times. Same with him, 2 singles, 2 ribbies. Saw Trevor T log a couple hits and saw just a well-dispersed effort. 8 different Sweets picking up hits tonight. And a really well-rounded effort offensively to put up another massive win. 10-run victory for the Sweets to pick up the sweep over Yakima Valley. The Sweets have now swept in 2 of their last 3 series and going into the All-Star break with some serious momentum. And the Pippins will head back home after the All-Star break to the Yakima County Stadium on the 16th to host a non-league matchup. Then we'll host the Portland Pickles in a big South Divisional matchup on the 17th, 18th, and 19th. And meanwhile, the Walla Walla Sweets will be on the road the 17th, 18th, and 19th in Goss Stadium at Coleman Field, that being in Corvallis, taking on the Knights. But of course, before that, we'll see the Sweets West Coast League All-Stars head up to Victoria, British Columbia to compete in that stadium and compete to try and get the West Coast League South team a All-Star victory. Again, it's Curtis Ellis, Charles Rogers III, Perry Stowe, Peyton Knowles, and Sam Kane, who will all head up to Victoria this upcoming week to compete on the All-Star game on July 15th. That'll be a fun one, but again, the Sweets will be back in Borleske on July 21st, and will be up against the same opponent. The Yakima Valley Pippins will be back in town 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, as these 2 teams will face off for a 3rd time this summer. But Walla Walla taking the 3rd series dominantly. A sweep over the Pippins here at Borleske Stadium. And thank you for joining us on the Walla Walla Digital Network. I've been Brad Whitman. One more time, your final score: Walla Walla 15, Yakima Valley